Hi there, I'm just going to go over a short sequence of pelvic floor and deep core exercises. This is like a maintenance sequence. So we're going to start on our backs using a brick. Coming down onto your back. First of all, we want to coordinate the breath with the pelvic floor. So little puffy breaths out to keep the diaphragm high, so the pelvic diaphragm works with the lung diaphragm. Starting off, first of all, with your feet straight ahead and the heels underneath your knees. So try to bring your heels a bit closer in to your bottom, and shoulders down into the ground, hands down. We breathe out as we push the feet into the ground and just lift the bottom up and then roll back down again. So breathing out to lift up and roll back down. And we're looking to activate the bottom, the gluteal muscles, as we come up. Now see if you can feel a lift up through the pelvic floor as you come up as well, focusing around the vagina area. And imagine you're picking up a tissue, like you're picking up a tissue from the tissue box, up through the center of the pelvic floor, right up through the cervix towards your tummy button. That's the sensation. Now we can add to this by taking a brick between the thighs, so feet will need to come in a little bit closer, just between the thighs there. And then as we come up with the same action, pressing down through the heels, we slightly squeeze the brick as well. That might make it easier to feel the pelvic floor muscles working as you come up, breathing out. Relax your squeeze on the brick as you come down. So we release the bum muscles, release the pelvic floor, releasing those inner thigh muscles when we come down. Breathing out, zipping up, dropping down. So this, using the brick here and bridging, massively amplifies our pelvic floor activations. It's a good one to keep the sphincter muscles plumped up, keep everything working well with the diaphragm. Breathing out. Good. Now you can do a similar thing without a brick by taking your feet wider on the mat, so about mat width apart, and then we push the heels into the ground. We get that good connection with the glutes as we press the heels down, come up so that we're not all the way up, but we're on a slope, and then squeeze your knees and your thighs together, release them, roll back down, relax the bum muscles. Pressing up, squeeze the knees, release, roll back down. This really gets right into the deep stabilizing muscles around the pelvic floor, around the pelvic organs. Up, release. Good. Let's come back, feet directly underneath the knees again, pressing upwards, pushing down through the heels. Heel toe the feet a little bit closer, press all the weight into the left heel, toe taps with that right side. Now we want to breathe out as we bring the knee up. This is hard on the pelvis, all those stabilizing muscles needing to work. You can press down through the arms just to give yourself a little bit of an extra boost. Swapping sides. Push the heel into the ground and then breathing out as you bring the knee up. Like so. Now take the feet apart and slowly unwind the back into the ground. Take your, where's my brick gone? Here it is. Take that under the head. So we're now working on zipping all the way up towards our rib cage, and then we're going to take the head off at the end of our exhalation to get these external recti muscles working as well, but always starting from pelvic floor and then deep transverse abdominal muscles and then the external recti muscles. So we do our puffy breath out. We start with the pelvic floor. Feels like you're stopping yourself weeing and passing wind at the same time. We're zipping that contraction, that lift upwards, And then at the end of the exhalation, as we've zipped all the way up, we get that connection and a little lift, head off the brick, and then relaxing, unzipping those tight high-waisted jeans. Breathing out, zipping up, head comes off at the end, and then releasing down. And what's quite nice is to use your hands to kind of draw those external recti muscles towards the midline at the end of that breath out. So activation. And then release down. Activation. And once you've got the hang of it, doing it a little bit faster, releasing down. So you really feel that lift through the pelvic floor first. Good, so doing that to fatigue, and then we'll try this one. Hands on either side of the brick. So press the hands into the brick, the heels of the hands into the brick. We want to get the back here, just below the bra strap, drawing down into the ground, so ribs aren't flaring, they're drawing down. A lift through the pelvic floor. So as we press the brick, we help activate all of our core muscles. And then come up onto your toes and take little taps upwards. So keep puffing the breath out, focusing just on the exhalation rather than worrying about the inhale. That'll come of its own accord. If this doesn't feel like you're doing very much, you can't feel those core muscles, try this one. Take the hands just above the head, take the knees up, and then start to cycle one leg and then the other. We can just do with the one side, or we can try doing both. Keep pressing hands into the brick, drawing the base of the ribcage down. And we puff the breath out, and maybe even going backwards, cycling as well. So make sure that we keep puffing the breath out, keep the diaphragm high, keep the pelvic floor muscles activated. Beautiful. Whilst you're on your back, we're going to release everything. Actually, I'll take pelvis on the brick just to take the organs off the pelvic floor. One knee up, out to the side, opening up those inner thigh muscles. Pausing here, relax your pelvic floor, and then stretching out. Toes, my left hand, my left foot, stretching out. Nice deep full breaths, and see if you can really pull the ribs apart on that left side as you stretch. And then doing that on the other side, big stretch. Whole body. With the pelvis lifted, I'm just going a bit deeper into the pelvic, to the psoas muscles here. That's it. And then both hip joints mobilizing, pelvic floor releasing. We do a little activation stretch through a figure of four. So one ankle on top of the other knee, drawing the knee in to stretch out glutes. Other side. Like that. And then I'm going to show you one last thing to do. If you come onto your tummy, so we go into crocodile with toes in, heels out, forehead resting on the back of the hands, and you're just focused at the front of the pelvic floor where we kind of lose sensation first. This is where we focus on the fast twitch muscle fibers, and the action is feeling like you're stopping yourself weeing. I call it closing the hose, and then we zip upwards as if we're zipping up tight high-waisted jeans, but from that action of contraction around the urethra, and then zipping up. Imagine you're lifting tummy button up towards your rib cage, and then unzipping the jeans. Let your belly be nice and relaxed. So a little puffy breath out on the activation up, and then breathing in to relax. So These quick flicks are a great way to keep the external sphincter muscles nice and plump. We keep the toes in and the heels out so that our bum muscles don't take over. So we're isolating just around the front of the pelvic floor. Little quick flicks. Once you've done up to 10, just wriggling from side to side. Let your belly be nice and relaxed. Jiggle the bum. And then spend a minute or so just relaxing here. Letting the body just sink down into the ground. Sighing the breath out. And to finish, just coming down through an extended child pose, lengthening out the spine. Stretching out through the pelvic floor. This is great release through the pelvic floor. If you've got tension in the pelvic floor, take the knees wide, nice and wide, so you're almost like a little water boatman sitting on the surface of the water, stretching, lengthening, softening. Beautiful. You are done. Setting the posture. I like to just do a little camel pose. Extend the spine. And then just come and sit. Take a moment to feel the length of the spine. Chin is drawn in, head perfectly balanced on top.